The world's biggest call center companies have gathered for a summit currently underway in Cape Town. It's the annual South Africa Outsourcing and Offshoring Summit. Now, organizers say the country's business processing outsourcing sector is driving a major boost in job creation for residents of the Western Cape province in particular. Well, pleasure to welcome Gareth Pritchard, the CEO of Business Process Enabling South Africa, joining us from Cape Town. Gareth, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Devon.
Well, firstly, just to give us a sense of what exactly South Africa is offering in terms of outsourcing here at this gathering.
Well, for the gathering, the focus is about English voice, and so the contact centre is very prominent in the discussions that we're having with the delegates who've come from all over the globe. Having said that, I've just rushed from a conference session which was talking about moving up the value chain within the BPO context, which would mean that more complex processes such as legal processes could be offshored to South Africa in the future. But the job creation machine that we're creating is at the moment doing all its business, or most of its business, in that contact center area where brands like Amazon, probably most familiar brand, have set up shop in the Cape and are at the moment employing around about 1,300 people. And that's just one example of many that are now seeing the Western Cape and South Africa as a primary choice for offshoring their business.
Now, you see this trend in India with firms like, or from the UK, for example, approaching India for these services. And I think there's actually a TV sitcom that revolves around this theme. How do we compare to a country like India?
Well, our strength and your strength is the voice element. So, and I'd say from an offshore perspective, there aren't many locations that compete. So that voice element is not only about the accent, it's also about the familiarity that South Africans have with our two target markets, which are the UK and Australia at the moment, and a little bit of North America. But especially with Australia and the UK, we have a familiarity. I've just been watching your news, your sports news, and it was about the Proteas playing here, but also about Australia and England playing cricket. That sort of thing just makes doing business and understanding the context of the people on the other side of the offshoring contract easy.
Now, anything that can offer a reduction in our unemployment rate is welcome news. Can this provide some relief to unemployment?
It is a job creation machine. There's no doubt about it. Last year alone in the Western Cape, 3,000 jobs were created, at least 1,000 in Durban. The three primary sites in South Africa will be Joburg, Durban, and Cape Town. And if we get it right, this shouldn't stop now. We should be targeting across the country over the next 3 years 40,000 jobs. And government have realised that, so there's a massive support at national level from the DTI, local level in the Western Cape from the provincial government and the City of Cape Town, massive support to recognise the job creation capabilities that the BPO space provides.
Well, I was going to ask you exactly that. What exactly has been the type of support you've been receiving from government on this industry, particularly looking at the fact that this is a job creation tool, as you put it?
Yeah, the big incentive from the DTI is very, very attractive. It's around about 88,000 Rand for every job that's created for foreign direct investment in our space. And locally, my own association is funded by predominantly the provincial government of the Western Cape, but also the City of Cape Town. And for events like the one we're having today, which I can promise you is absolutely world class, we need all that support from others, although sponsors do contribute to the offering as well.
Gareth, finally, the type of companies we are likely to see settling more into this environment and investing?
Yeah, the companies that are investing aren't familiar names for you, but the brands that they're bringing are familiar names. So what you're seeing in the Cape already a long time ago would be Shell, Lufthansa. More recently, the most recent player on the market is a company called WebHelp, which is an offshoring specialist, an outsourcing specialist. They are accompanied by Serco Capita, and the brands they're bringing, British Gas, T-Mobile, all familiar brands in the UK, but I think also for South Africans.
All right, Gareth Pritchard, thanks very much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you.